It makes sense that Superman, a being of immense power, is matched by a villain that is equally as powerful. Although Lex Luthor may not be able to blast heat rays from his eyeballs, his colossal intellect and influence makes him a massive threat. Next to the Joker, Lex Luthor is easily one of the most iconic villains of all time. His character has changed tremendously since his origin. Can you believe that Lex Luthor actually used to have hair? It's true, look it up. There are multiple ways to examine Lex, and so today I'm going to do just that. Also, before we get started, I just want to mention that today is the 1-year anniversary of the channel. Well, I mean, not technically, but the 1-year anniversary of when I uploaded my first video. This is a fantastic hobby of mine, one that I'm really glad I started doing last June. Writing and making these videos is actually pretty therapeutic. That being said, it is possible that I may upload a little bit less frequently in the future, simply because I have a lot more going on in my life now than I did a couple of months ago. Anyway, without further ado, let's talk about Lex. Lex Luthor is a man of hatred, specifically towards Superman. Over the years, Lex has plotted to defeat the Man of Steel countless times, and there are times that he actually succeeded, but since Superman is DC's Blue Boy Scout, they obviously couldn't have that last. But I've heard a lot of people ask why Lex hates Superman so much. It's a good question actually, since it's never explicitly stated. Well, there are a couple of interpretations of this, but the most likely reason is that Superman is an outsider, who quickly became Earth's champion. Superman is the shining beacon of hope in DC Comics, and Lex Luthor hates him for it because he wants to be that beacon. Lex wants the entire world to put their faith in him, not some random alien. You see, Lex has a superiority complex. He thinks that everyone is beneath him, and to some degree, he's kind of right. Lex Luthor is the smartest human in DC, meaning that he could basically convince anyone to follow in his shadow. He believes that Superman is beneath him, which makes the fact that Superman is a public hero even more painful. It is a misconception that Lex Luthor will do absolutely anything to kill Superman, even if it means harming the Earth. I really don't believe that Lex wants to hurt the planet or even dominate it. He wants to have people follow him so that he can create a new world according to his own agenda. But the thing is, Superman is a direct obstacle in this plan. How can he be the shining light of humanity when Superman has already taken that role? But honestly, I'm sure that if he puts his mind to it, Lex could easily have Earth under his control. He's just too smart. There have been versions of Lex that have become President of the United States, but nothing to the degree of a world conqueror like Brainiac. Something else that I want to mention is the fact that Lex is not a robot. He does have a vulnerable side, but it's just not shown very often. Probably my favorite example of Lex Luthor showing emotion is at the end of All-Star Superman. Spoilers for that comic, by the way. Basically, Lex Luthor has found a way to kill Superman. He tricked the Man of Steel to fly far too close to the sun, causing his solar-powered cells to overload and start dying. At the end of the comic, Lex has managed to replicate Superman's powers while Clark is dull and weak-kneed. About to finish the job, Lex's new X-ray vision comes into play. He says, "I can actually see the machinery and wire connecting and separating everything since it all began." This is how he sees, all the time, every day. Like it's all just us, in here, together. And we're all we've got. With these new powers, Lex understands the beautiful perspective of life that Superman sees all of the time. This is a nice moment because we are finally seeing the true Lex Luthor emerge out of his cracked shell. Even though he is an evil mastermind, he is still only human. He still understands the value of life. Either that or he pictured himself with a head of hair. What makes Lex Luthor so intimidating is that he always has a plan. He will always be 3 steps ahead of his enemy at any given moment, which makes him sometimes unpredictable. Knowing that DC is the home to an expansive omniverse in which an unknown amount of universes exist, it's very possible that somewhere, someplace, Lex Luthor has succeeded in molding the world to his status quo. Thanks for watching this character analysis, and I'll see you in the next one. So for now, take care everyone.